I'm a beast stalker, giant stalker, dragon stalker, crypt stalker, demon stalker, rift stalker, grown stalker, crypt stalker, scourge stalker, wind.
Hello, this is Frosttime with Warcraft Hunters Union with another Cataclysm Beta preview. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new multi-shot AoE ability, because our volley is completely gone now. It's been replaced with multi-shot and theoretically maybe explosive trap as well. The big thing that has changed with multi-shot is it now hits the enemy that you're targeting, and it hits all enemies within a certain range of that. Now, what that exact range is, we're not sure, because the tooltip currently says within 0 yards, and it hits them for 0% damage, and obviously that's not the case. So what we'll do is just take a look at how it works. We're going to set our pet up here to be our misdirect target. We got a nice tightly packed group of mobs. So misdirect our pet, send our pet on in, and then we'll start doing multi-shot AoE madness. Now, as you can see, we're getting a whole bunch of immune messages, and what that is we have... Bane Death to the rescue. What all those immunities are coming from is we have Concussive Barrage right now, and Concussive Barrage attempts to slow the target anytime multi-shot hits them. And, of course, it's a 100% chance, but these guys are all immune to being slowed. So, as you saw, multi-shot was actually a pretty effective AoE there. However, one of the reasons it was so effective was I could spam it non-stop. Normally, you cannot do that. Our multi-shot actually costs 40 focus. And the reason I was able to hit it so much is because I'm currently spec'd into Marksman. Marksman has a couple of talents that come into play. The first of which is Bombardment, and that just says that when you're critically hit with your multi-shot, your next multi-shot is only going to cost half as much focus. Of course, when you have this many targets, at least one of them is going to crit, so thereafter the multi-shots are only 20 focus. So rather than only being able to get 2 multi-shots off in a row, we can get like 4 or 5 multi-shots off in a row. But because we're marksmanship, we also have rapid killing and rapid recuperation. So whenever we kill someone, we immediately get 50 focus back. So what's happening is I'm spamming multi-shot a handful of times, and then eventually these guys start dying, and then I start regenerating focus every time they die. We'll take another group on here. As you can see, the damage that multi-shot is doing here is not terribly high. We're doing maybe critting for a couple thousand. We're hitting for sometimes only 500 damage. Multi-shot's doing a lot less damage than our volley did even after the Cataclysm nerfs, before it was taken away. So we still have an AoE. We have an effective AoE, but in a dungeon environment where you're dealing with mobs with a lot of health that aren't just going to go down within a handful of ticks, you'll be hitting multi-shot a couple of times, then you'll be hitting steady shot a couple of times, hitting multi-shot a couple more. Of course, if you're marksman, you're going to get off more of them because of bombardment. And if you're survival, you actually have the toughest multi-shot for mobs that are going to stay up a long time, because you have the Serpent Spread talent, and targets that are hit by your multi-shot are also immediately given your Serpent Sting for 15 seconds, once you have 2 ranks of it. So you hit multi-shot, everything takes the little damage from multi-shot, everything has Serpent Sting on it, which immediately starts sticking away. Right now, Beast Mastery is the only tree without some kind of talent to boost the effectiveness of their multi-shot. Ooh. Alright, well, that was a little failure of the rocket boots there, as I attempted to scooch over to another group to multi-shot. Sorry about that. I'll just get rid of this thing. So right now, Beast Mastery is the only spec that does not have a way in its talents to boost the effectiveness of its multi-shot. Don't know if that's an oversight yet. I mean, I suspect that's going to be corrected because, AoE situations are still pretty prevalent in Cataclysm. Multi-shot without a talent is still pretty weak. So I suspect that we're probably going to maybe see something with pets with some kind of AoE ability beyond just our tanking pets. Or BM will get something that specifically works well on its pets. Alright, Alright, and if we're done getting attacked now, that's basically the gist of the new AoE. Right now, for taking on packs like this, our trap launcher, launching a explosive trap, isn't really worth it because it costs 30 focus for the trap launcher, and these things are dying fast enough that probably not going to get the full ticks of a trap. But in a dungeon environment, it's probably worthwhile to use that and then follow that up with your multi-shots. However, we can't just run in and drop a trap because unlike our volley, our multi-shot has a minimum range. Just like all the rest of the hunter shots, we have to be at least 5 yards away in order to actually attack anything. Alright, well this has been Frost Time with Warcraft Hunters Union. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to pay your dues.